can't save you from yourself. Though I wanted to be brave, it never helps. 'Cause your troubles
I'm here with Jude Johnstone, who, the amazing thing, I don't know, of course you won't remember this, but Jude, when I started broadcasting on the radio with my show, Mostly Folk, in 2010, you actually were the first person I ever interviewed.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, and I've interviewed you a number of times since then. And Jude is just an amazing singer, songwriter that I'm always amazed that isn't more known than she is. And, Jude has, goodness gracious, you've opened for an incredible amount of people. Jackson Brown, Bonnie Raitt, Trisha Yearwood, Sean Colvin, Al Stewart, 10,000 Maniacs, uh, Joe Cocker, David Crosby, and more. So, I mean, you are one of the quintessential artists to me that more people should know about. So what's the reason that you're not more well known?
I don't know. Maybe it's like my personality. I really don't. I don't know.
I
Um,
can't believe that. No, I can't believe
no,
that.
it's you know what it is. It's just the luck of the draw. It's just
Yeah,
it's just
it really.
I never got a record deal, like a proper record deal. And so I never even had that first step where even if it's a small record label, it usually leads to other things. And I got a publishing deal early when I was just in my 20s, and it was a small deal, but it was really helpful to me. And then it later on I got a kind of a cushy publishing deal, but it wasn't with an actual publisher. So it was like a business deal. And so no one was ever really pitching my songs in particular, except me. And so it turns out, that my celebrity friends, yeah, they let me open for them because they want to share their audience with me because they think a lot of my work. There's no
Well,
doubt about that.
exactly, exactly. And that's what amazes me. Um, what I wanted. Let's jump back in time because your story is interesting, and then we'll get on to your music and the albums and the people you opened for. But you started out. You grew up in Maine.
Yeah, I mean, I just had a typical upbringing out in the in Hancock, Maine, and I was born in Bar Harbor. But anyway, I played music. I played the piano since I was extremely young. So around 4 and 5, and there was a piano in our house. And so by around 8 years old, I was writing songs. They probably not songs that you need to hear now, but I was writing songs and and I did, and all through high school, and you know what I mean. I was at the party, the kids would say, "You can play us a song, play us a song," and I would be able to play all those Elton John songs and do the things like that. And so I was like the kid at the party, the after school party that the kids would say, you know, play us a song, play us a song. And I would play, whatever, like the latest Elton John song or something. But but I graduated from high school early, and and I joined a band, like as the keyboard player. I joined a little a top 40 band, you'd call it, and we played Holiday Inns and stuff all over the place. And from that point, my cousin Sharon and I decided to take a trip to Los Angeles because she worked for Delta Airlines and she could get cheap tickets, you know. So we went, and she had a friend in LA that we could stay with. And I just wanted to see it, and I don't know why exactly, but that's where I went. But on the airplane, it happened that because she worked for the airline, she was in first class,
Mm.
and Clarence Clemens sat next to her, and that's why I met him. And
Wow.
so she being my cousin, but more like my sister, um, told him all about me while they were sitting in first class and I was sitting in coach. And so they started, I'm sure up in first class, they were having a couple of drinks. And so they sent a drink back to me. I was only 18. And so I wasn't even like of drinking age. And it was like, it was like noon. So, and so the flight attendant brought me back like this Bloody Mary, and she said, "Hi, this is from a gentleman in first class." And I went, what? I don't know any gentlemen in first class. Anyway, it was pretty funny actually. And I said, "Take it away," So,
Well, no.
so she did, and then she came back a couple minutes later and said, "No, he insists that you accept this drink." And so I said, "Listen." She goes, "The large black gentleman," and I went, "Oh, I don't know any large black gentlemen." She goes, "Okay." And then a couple of minutes later, he and my cousin, because in those days on the airplanes, you could walk around. They didn't
Mm.
even care. You could smoke on there was an
Right,
ashtray
right.
at your seat. It's a long time ago. And so they just came walking up and laughing their heads off, and going, "Oh, we're just kidding around." And and then he introduced himself to me, and I recognized him from their Born to Run album cover, but they were still a cult band, like they still weren't like super famous yet.
Right, right.
And but after at that time on the airplane, he gave me his information and said, "Send me something. Your cousin says you're a marvelous songwriter." And I'm like, I'm 18 years old. I've only written a few tear-jerking ballads, but I did send him a tape not long after that, and that's when my everything changed. If not for him, nothing might have happened in my
Mhm.
life musically, but
Yeah.
because he called me and said, "How soon can you get to New Jersey?"
One more day, my heart's in armor. Though I meant to let you in an effort not to harm it, I missed my chance again. I was singing when I freed you, but my pride was just a veil. I pretended not to need because I left them where I was trust, because I left you unanswered, and like a fool I kept my secret when it made no sense to try. Now I can no longer keep it, for it's late and the moon is high. And every hour that goes by, the harder I become, because I let that well run dry, because I left you unanswered. One more day, my heart's in armor, though I did not see it then. I would finish what you started if I had that chance again. I would finish what you started if I had that chance
Jude Johnstone.
I went, what do you mean? And he said, I want you to come and stay here for a while. We're making a new album. And that album was The River. And it broke Springsteen wide open.
Wow.
And I was there to watch them record it. So I just sat
Really?
in the studio, Power Station in New York, and I just watched them make that album. And then before they were gonna take me to they took me to Los Angeles to introduce me to their producer Charlie Plotkin to see if he could work with me, help me, whatever. Their idea was I should move to LA because that's where their producer lived, even though they were New York, in New York and New Jersey. Um, and I was all for it. So they flew me there and they played my songs for Charlie. And he said, yeah, I'll take her on. Meaning he would mentor me, kind of, and help me get to be a better songwriter, which he did.
Let me go on to say that in addition to Bonnie Raitt, Johnny Cash recorded one of your songs, and he did a great job of it. Also, what was that? Unchained.
Yeah, yeah, he did a very different thing with the song, which I mean, he made it like a hymn, and whereas my version of it, of course, is kind of more like it's a wild gospel kind of
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
big. And in fact, Bonnie Raitt plays slide guitar and sings the background vocals on it.
I have been ungrateful, and I have been wise, restless from the cradle. And now I realize it's so hard to see the rainbow through glasses as dark as these. Maybe I'll be able from down on my knees. Oh, I am weak. Oh, I know I am vain. Take this weight from me. Let my spirit be unchained. Oh man, swearing at the sidewalk that I am overcome. It seems that we both forgotten to go home. Have I seen an angel? Or have I seen a ghost? Where's that rock of ages when you need it most? Oh, I am weak. Oh, I know I am vain. Take this weight from me. Let my spirit be unchained. Have I seen an angel? Or have I seen a ghost? Where's that rock of ages when I need it most? Oh, I am weak. Oh, I know I am vain. Take this weight from me. Let my spirit be unchained. Take this weight from me. Let my spirit be
Jude Johnstone.
But anyway, yeah, yeah, Cash recorded that song
And
and
so many people have recorded your music, which again says to me, this is an artist that has such a brilliant collection of work that people need to know about. If they don't know about Jude Johnstone, hopefully they're finding out more about her now. Jude, by the way, has a great podcast. I have to admit, I haven't heard all of the episodes, but I've heard two or three of them, and they're really great. Your daughter, Ray Duncan, who is also an entertainer, great entertainer. Um, she is on them. There's one of the podcasts I listened to was uh, the episode about Bob Dylan asking you to write music for lyrics, or was it the other way around?
Lyrics.
Which is
That
kind of, I
seems
mean, the whole
absurd.
thing was kind of crazy and uh, a wild story. So, I urge folks to check out the podcast store and find Jude's podcast. It's called Book of Jude. Now, if you Google that, you'll find there's a lot of Book of Judes out there. Many of them are biblical in nature, but
Yeah.
Jude's podcast is, I know you're going to enjoy it if you check it out. But
Mine is this little orange square, and that's all you need to look for. It's on all the podcast stations. So if you listen on Spotify or
right, Apple
any of the,
Podcast.
yeah,
Yeah.
all of them have it.
Mhm.
And so you just look for this orange square, then you'll know it's the music one, and it's co-hosted by Ray Duncan. But yeah, there are 10 episodes, and that's kind of where we stopped. But we're about to start again.
Yeah, that for some reason, like Trisha and everybody has just passed by, so God only knows. Big mistake. The train rolls by and I lie wide awake. The whistle blows and it's so hard to take. And no, I cannot manage to explain. I wish that I was on that train. I said I'd go, I swore we'd get away. But I always find some excuse to stay. I don't know why I'm stuck here like a stone, just clinging to the only thing I've known. But I wish that I was on that train, sailing across the waves of gray, far from the static in my brain. I wish that I was on that train. Oh, you've waited long for luck to show. By now you must have given up, I know. I never meant to make you feel that way. I always wanted more for us one day. a brave rover in your eyes again. I wish that I was on that train. I wish that I was on that train.
How, how did you get to meet all of these incredible people, Bonnie Raitt, Emmylou Harris, all of them, um, and not only that, but open for them? I mean, how did
Well,
all come about?
when I was at Clarence's place for this month and a half or two that they were making that record, right after that, they took me to meet Charlie, and Charlie said, "Okay, I'm gonna get an apartment ready for you. For now, go back to Jersey with the guys, and I'll tell you when I'm ready." And so during the time that I went back, um, Clarence said, "We're doing this thing that nobody's really done before, but it's going to be a really big thing. There's this concert, and it's called No Nukes. And, it's an anti-nuclear
Mhm.
rally, basically. And it's going to be over like 5 days or, maybe it was 4 nights of concerts at Madison Square Garden. And everybody that I had, uh, you know, been in love with musically, when I was a kid, were all playing this. So, it was not only Springsteen, but it was Tom Petty, and it was the Doobie Brothers, and Chaka Khan, and Crosby, Stills, Nash, James Taylor, and Carly Simon, and just goes on and on and on. The people that were going to be performing at this thing, and so I was there for all of the nights, and so just at the edge of the stage, basically. I never went. I didn't want to go into the audience. I just wanted to watch from the stage. Of course, Jackson Brown, um, and Bonnie Raitt. I met all of them there at the No
Ah,
Nukes again
okay.
because of Clarence Clemens.
Jude, thanks so much for being with me today. I hope the rest of your day is fantastic.
You
And
too. It's good to
I'll
see
be,
you.
good to see you too. I'll be in touch real soon.
I pray for rain each day I rise.